quiet deal in Dhaka and a secret cell in the Pakistani embassy, and the unmistakable shadow of Pakistani's ISI, that is Inter-Services Intelligence, is spreading across India's border in the both west and east. This is not a fiction or a movie storyline, it is unfolding right now in Bangladesh. So in this particular video, we are going to go in more detail and uncover how a silent alliance seems to be taking shape between Pakistan and Bangladesh, and how it has the probability or possibility of reshaping the map or security map of the entire South Asia. So let us try to understand that what is the topic we are going to discuss about. Now in the if you look at the background of this entire issue, we know that if we go slightly more in the past, we know that in the August 2024, we have seen ouster of Sheikh Hasina, the then Prime Minister of Bangladesh, due to a large-scale rebellion and protest led by students of various different universities. That led to the fleeing of Sheikh Hasina and taking refuge or political asylum in the India as such. And then what began in Bangladesh was a rule that is led by Muhammad Yunus, and he is leading Bangladesh today in what you can call as a head or advisor of the interim government as such. Taking advantage of this entire disturbances and situation, Pakistan was quick in lending its hand in support to Dhaka. And apart from that, we also have seen many such summits and meetings taking place between the top leadership of Pakistan and Bangladesh. For example, Pakistan-Bangladesh also met again in the D8 summit that took place in the Egypt. Then also we have seen meeting taking place between the Prime Minister of Pakistan Shehbaz Sharif and Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus from Bangladesh in December 2024. And in the recent time we have seen a meeting taking place between the military generals of Pakistan and Bangladesh, and it is outcome of this meeting is what we see as approval given by Bangladesh government that Pakistan can set up a ISI cell in the High Commission in the Dhaka. As such, the overall objective, or at least official objective here, is to strengthen intelligence sharing and coordination between both countries. And the report, this is something that is reported by both intelligence sources as well as CNN News 18 as such. Now, the genesis of this entire move we can trace back to the visit of General Zahir Samjad Mirza from Pakistan, who was on a 4-day official trip to Dhaka. At this time, he met Muhammad Yunus and the chiefs of the Bangladeshi Army, Navy and Air Force. Not only that, delegation was a large delegation with total 8 members, which also included ISI officials, especially Major General of ISI. It had representatives from Pakistan Air Force as well as representatives from the Pakistan Navy as such. Now, if you look at this entire discussions that took place between the what we can call as the military generals and the politicians of Pak and Bangladesh, we can see a kind of joint intelligence sharing mechanism seems to be developing between both countries, which again is kind of unique in nature, because you know that the history of Pakistan and Bangladesh has never been amicable as such, and this newborn homie is nothing but the frustration of Bangladesh, because it has basically, we can understand, it has went into the grips of radicalization and radical Islamist elements as such. Now, apart from that, if you look at the focus area is the Bay of Bengal surveillance, and also Pakistan will be able to use this opportunity to better monitor India's eastern borders. Not only that, there is also possibility of operations where exchange of operational data we can see taking place between both countries, and the ISI personnel will be stationed in the High Commission of Dhaka. As far as the deployment structure is concerned, in phase 1 it is believed that 1 brigadier rank officers from ISI, 2 colonel ranks officer, 4 majors and some support staff will be allowed to house themselves in the Pakistani High Commission. They will operate obviously under this diplomatic cover as such, and they are also expected to coordinate with NSI and the DGFI. These are the units of Bangladesh. Now, before understanding how it will have implications on India, I would want to bring your attention to the fact that Legacy IAS Academy, we are going to soon commence batches both for the weekday and weekend students. The weekdays batches are going to start on 10th November and further on 15th of December. The weekend batches for those who are preparing for UPSC full-time with studies or job is going to commence on 6th of December as such. In this particular batch, we ensure that there is a comprehensive coverage of GS papers, one-to-one mentorship and doubt-solving sessions, regular interaction with educators, daily mains and writing practice, so that students are able to integrate the preparation preparation of all the stages of examinations such as prelims and mains. Also, to ensure that students are aware about their strengths and weaknesses, and based on the analysis of the result in test series, they can further streamline their preparation. We also have 360-degree coverage of current affairs as required by UPSC examination. And if you want to know more detail about this course, feature and program, you can give a call to the number being displayed here, or you can click the link in the description box of this particular video. Now, if you look about the evolving relation between both countries, that is Pakistan and Bangladesh, we have seen that the expansion in defense ties is clearly visible. In cooperation, we talk about joint training programs is something where Pakistan and Bangladesh have decided to work together. Not that there has been a report of Pakistani Navy supplying infantry and artillery systems, and even there is a possibility of drones that Pakistan import from Turkey to be further supplied to Bangladesh as such. Not only that, naval and air exercises between both militaries and of Pakistan and Bangladesh is also something that is on annual. Now, Pakistan also has provided offer in which Bangladesh seems to be clearly interested is in the import of JF-17 jets as well as the Fateh rocket. JF-17 jet is something that Pakistan has built with the help of China. At the same time, Fateh rocket is something that has built with the help of Iran, as it is believed. There is going to be upcoming memorandum of understandings and defense deals in the Rawalpindi, that is headquarter of Pakistan. Now, this entire situation point towards a strategic realignment, which is also referred by many sources as a new phase of cooperation. We have seen that there is a rapid Pakistan-Bangladesh rapprochement after August 2024. We have seen that by the time, till the time Sheikh Hasina was in power, she kept all the radical Islamist element at the bay, because though Pakistan, basically, we talk about Bangladesh, it has liberated itself, it became an independent nation in 1971. Still, within the Bangladeshi politics, there were elements who did not want to be distant from Pakistan, who still wanted to be part of the entire Pakistan state as such. These elements were silent, or were basically, can I say, they were relegated to the bottom as such, since we have seen the development of the after, we can say, after the liberation of Bangladesh. But these radical elements still were persisting and were still working in shadow. And now the opportunity has arose in Bangladesh, where these radical Islamist elements have begun to strongly influence the international domestic politics as well as the international relations, international affairs of Bangladesh as such. And it is because of this we are seeing a rapid Pakistan-Bangladesh monogamy. Not in that, visa-free diplomatic travel is something that both countries have agreed to. Trade and connectivity pacts we have seen taking shape recently when Pakistan offered Bangladesh to use its Karachi port for transshipment and all that. And this is also followed by multiple high-level visits between both countries, whether it is Shahbaz Sharif, Dar or Yunus as such. Implications for India is going to be huge here, because Pakistan, as we know, it shares a huge border with India in the western flank, and we know that ISI has been involved in various nefarious activities by promoting cross-border terrorism throughout the entire western borders of India, whether it is Pakistan, whether it is Punjab, whether it is Rajasthan or Gujarat as such. Now, similar kind of situation we might see unfortunately unfolding along the eastern flank of India if ISI is able to operate from the Bangladeshi territory as such. And there is a huge risk of espionage being a common activity here. Terror financing that we have seen in the past also, till 1971 when Bangladesh was referred as East Pakistan, where you had the control of Pakistan over this territory. We have seen many of the groups. We know that in India we have northeastern insurgent groups, we have the Naxals and the left-wing extremist group operating in the central and eastern part of India, and these groups require support by the arms, weapons, training and even intelligence, and Pakistan has a deep interest in creating internal disturbances in India, and that is why we have seen a historical record of Pakistan's ISI supporting all these groups who are creating internal disturbances, whether it is Khalistan in 1980s, whether it is Naxalism even today, and whether it is the northeast insurgent group as such. So terror financing is another biggest risk that we have. At the same time, cross-border subversion is something that we can expect ISI will try to get itself involved in. Strategic impact is also going to be there, because as ISI began to gather intelligence from the Bangladesh, it will have access to a large data from the Bay of Bengal, which it can use against India as such. And overall, to some extent, we can say the presence of ISI in Bangladesh undermines India's eastern security grid. So what we can say in the essence is that there is going to be increase in the incidences of external this aided internal security threat in India. In conclusion, what we can say that by the increasing or strengthening of ties between Bangladesh and Pakistan, one thing seems to be clear, that Pakistan is going to regain some strategic space that is lost in 1971 back in Dhaka. As such, not only that, Bangladesh, which has been a friendly neighboring country till now, since 1971 at least till now, we can say, is seen to be gradually tilting and shifting more toward the orbit of Islamabad and also to the orbit of China as such. And thus we can say a kind of trilateral axis of Bangladesh, China and Pakistan taking shape around India. India thus faces a new intelligence and defense challenges, and also these challenges will have to be solved first at the diplomatic level, where a regional balance has to be maintained, and this has to be maintained in the post Hasina era. This is a reality, this is a truth today of Bangladesh, and India cannot discount it anymore. We can see that there is going to be a new realignment in South Asia that seems to be taking shape. It will also emerge in the near future as the development is in progress. So that is all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button and share it with fellow aspirants and subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you very much.